Alright guys, welcome to my tutorial series on Star Citizen, the Persistent Universe. This is part 2.2, which is going to focus on investigations. Part 2.1, in my previous video, focused on mining, but this is going to do with all sorts of investigations and recovering black boxes and so that sort of things you'll do in investigation missions. So what we're going to do is go over to the mission tab. Click on it and there'll be a little bit of an audio file which I'll let you guys listen to, and I'll hear you after that.
Thank you for getting in touch with me. My husband recently died aboard the Gundo Kovalek station, but the company is refusing to pay out his insurance claim because they say he was at fault. It's ridiculous. There is no way that's true. I know my husband. Darnell had his problems, but that is all in the past. I want you to go to the Kovalek station and send me evidence that my husband is innocent. But even if you find out that he isn't, you'll still get paid. I know your time is valuable, and really, I just want to know the truth. I've attached the insurance claim to get you started. Good luck. And I hope to hear from you soon, one way or another.
Alright, so this woman has hired us as a private investigator to go over and investigate into her husband's death at this Kovalek shipping hub. There was an incident over here and the insurance company's refusing to pay because they believe her husband was at fault. So we're going to go over here and see what we can find out. And either way, we're going to get paid anyway, whatever information we get. So it's a good deal either way. So let's just head over and I'll see you guys when we get there.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Alright, so I've just cut the video a little bit because I had to take a couple of nav points around the planet to actually get to the Kovalek shipping hub. It's on the other side of the planet, so now we'll just quantum drive in here and take a little bit of a look. There was an incident at the shipping hub which has caused it to be no longer functioning. It's basically a wreck station in space. It's no longer operating, so it's a big mess of debris basically.
Quantum drive is now on.
So once our drive lets us super cruise over to it, sorry, not super cruise, quantum drive, it's another game. Alright, so here we are, we've reached the destination. As you can see, there's debris and stuff everywhere. I'm just going to fly towards the main entrance over here, one of the docking ports. I think we're underneath it actually. So, oh no, we're on top. It's hard to tell sometimes with this, through these three-dimensional stations. Alright, so we're just going to shut off our ship here, and there you can see on the side there the Kovalek label of the station. And we'll just hop out of our ship. And now we need to put our gumshoes on and go and investigate this woman's husband's death. Just going to equip a weapon because this is a non-armistice zone area, and there could be players here waiting to ambush us. It's a great place to ambush people actually, because there's lots of dark hidey holes inside the station. Alright, so we'll just put a rifle on and we'll head inside. Alright, so we're heading over towards the station now, and we're just EVAing over. And as you can see, there's a lot of debris around. There's a big hole in the side of this building here, where the station, where obviously an explosion happened and it pushed all the debris out. So now we're inside. You can actually see how dark and creepy it is in here. A lot of debris around everywhere. So now we're going to look towards for information off these consoles here. So basically, we're just going to get a message off this when we touch it.
Hey Darnell, it's Racine over at Corporate Ops. Give me a shout back when you clock in. Just wanted to follow up a bit on the distro issue. Talk to you in a bit. Bye. Darnell, Racine again. Still need to sync up about the power distribution problem. Where are you, man? Getting tired of waiting, Darnell. Call me.
Okay, so that's our first message we received off one of the screens. Now, so this woman, Rosine, who's trying to get in contact with this woman's husband, Darnell, who we're investigating. So she was obviously waiting to contact him, and he wasn't getting back to her. So I don't know what else we're going to find. We'll have to push on forward towards the next sort of area to see what information we can find. You can see how dark this structure is inside, and you still have to EVA through because there's no atmosphere inside the station here, so it's really quite cool though, cool and creepy. Okay, so here's another message we've got here. Let's have a look.
Hey babe, I just got the package you sent. Thanks a million for the Moby mod. It is incredible. Sorry for the noise. The crew surprised me with a shindig.
Damn right we did. Hey, Anya!
Holy shit, is that a bottle of Esquire?
Damn right.
How did you afford this?
Let's talk.
We're drinking.
Hey, Darnell! Hey! Darnell! Get in on this!
No thanks.
Oh, come on!
Jeez, Darnell, look, just one. Maybe a sip. There we go.
Bye, Anya! Let's go. Darnell, one more.
Hey, look, I'm gonna get back to it, but let me know how your dissertation's going. Anyway, I love you and I miss you. Thank you again for the present. Bye, babe.
Okay, so there was a big party a certain night here where, you know, the whole crew was involved obviously, and that woman Rosine's involved again. She is you know, trying to share around this bottle of expensive alcohol. She obviously got on board the station, and everyone was just having a bit of a good time. So let's just push on forward and see what else we get. So she was trying to get that Darnell involved again, trying to get him to have a drink, and I think the guy there was trying to get him to loosen up a little bit too. So maybe he's a bit of a workaholic, and you know, doesn't like to drink very often or something. I can't actually get into here. Nope, I didn't want to do that. I need to find our gun, pick it back up. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, so some of these doors are locked. So we'll have to come back a little bit later on and see if we can get into there. Maybe there's a code or something we can come across. Can't interact with that. Yeah, this is one of the cool missions they've had in the game for a while. That they've done a lot to it. Recent times you used to have to go around and try and find PDAs just floating in the air, but now they've moved it over to actual computer terminals and screens and stuff, which is really cool. There's another door that's looks like it's open, but we can't actually get in there, so might just have to keep going for the moment. Nothing in here. Whoa, that was a bit. Right, so what do we got in this final room down here? Let's have a look. There's no one around that corner. Okay, so nothing there. So what we're going to do is push on now, and we come to another elevator shaft. And looks like we have to go down a floor. We're going to go. Oh, that's another player. Obviously bugged out or something, or maybe his game crashed. This is what I mean. You can just come across a player like this, and he was just hiding in the dark here. Would never have seen him if I hadn't turned my flashlight on. It's quite creepy, actually. So he's just bugged or something. Just leave him be. You've always got to have your wits about you, just in case someone... Okay, so it looks like we've got another terminal over here to have a look at. So let's see what we get off this one. And it's a text message. Okay, so it says, recently there has been an increase in contraband black market activity in the Stanton system. The advocacy of and Crusader Industries Security have reached out and asked for Covalex Shipping Hub help in certain such activities. As many of you know, Covalex has a long history in helping authorities eliminate and transport illegal goods. As such, starting this week, all cargo moving through Covalex is going to be heightened and a lot more security measures. So, circulated. So it looks like they're just trying to tighten up some security around some of the parcels and some of the commodities moving through the station. So let's just close that up and keep looking around. So you can see there's chairs floating in the sky and debris everywhere. There's little piles of food and drinks and bottles and stuff everywhere. Okay, so we've got another message. Okay, so we've got a company analysis review sheet. So we've got this guy Ross DeBolo, Darnell Ward, who's our target. So it says a little abrasive at first, settled into a solid routine. Once in a while needs to be reminded about watching his attitude, punctuality problems, keeps personal space clean, can sometimes be too diligent trying to figure out a problem, overthinks situations sometimes, but he's very, very proactive and has, without, you can operate without needing to be told what to do. This other person here. So there's quite a few people here to look at their company review. So that the first guy up here, he's a little bit he's developed a strong rapport with some of the haulers, which is good and bad. So he needs to make sure that professionalism isn't lost completely, and he's had 2 citations this year for logging crates. So obviously he hasn't logged crates, what the cargo in the crates is, and does help maintain a crew morale, so that's pretty good. So we've got, who is this? This person here, Nico, very focused, gets job done, figures out how to mention deodorant thing. That's quite funny, actually. He's obviously not taking care of his personal hygiene. So the next person down, Dione. So far so good, seems to be stepping into the position well, good attitude, reports could be a little cleaner, have noticed a few typos and errors, simple things. Schedule rotation suggestions was a good one, possible candidate for advanced training. And Mel here needs to be more mindful of using Mobiglass during work hours, so she's obviously watching things on the Mobiglass while she's trying to work. Has helped to improve distro rates, moving crates through overnight and cargo manifests. Can be territorial and with responsibilities, needs to be willing to let others help with her work. So she's a little bit territorial, and she likes to look at her mobiGlas during work hours, which is probably not good. So it needs to be this person. So he's doing a self-analysis of himself. So he needs to be better respecting others' personal space. Sometimes taking advantage of employees living. Can blur the lines between office hours. Downtime is important though. So profiles have exceeded the 3% growth mandated by Covalex, which is good. So he's obviously keeping his company happy. Employer retention has increased. Needs to be better about following up on things earlier. Don't assume employees are tracking everything. So let's just continue on and see what else we can find out from some of these screens here. Another corridor here, which we're going to float down. What's this? No, you can't access this. No. Ouch. Yeah, the EVA system's a little bit buggy too. Okay, so it looks like we've got another message over here. Let's go and have a look at this one. So this one's from Kiyomi Santos. So, hi Scott, while performing routine checks on personal access codes for sleeping quarters, I noticed that Mel's access code was different than the one we had on file. I don't know if it was a holdover from the last shift or she changed it without notification, but went ahead and reset it to the new unlock code attached. Do you want to send the update to corporate about, or should I? Also, I can remind Mel about security policy if you want. Not sure if you want to handle this stuff yourself. So obviously this Mel character's gone and changed the access code on her sleeping pod for some reason. She doesn't want corporate knowing what her code is for some reason. So she doesn't want people being able to go in there. So I don't know. Maybe she's got something to hide here. It's a bit fishy, but also I understand people want their own personal space, but still, I'm guessing if she's not notifying them of the change, then she's trying to hide something. So we need to go down, or no, need to go up. Let's go in here. What have we got in this section? Oh, this is cool. Got like a server room to go through. That's very cool. All the computer servers going up and down here. Okay. Got another message here.
Hey, Race, it's Darnell.
Where the hell have you been? Your shift started 3 hours ago.
I know. I'm sorry. I did a breakdown of the current power flow for the station, and it's looking like I'll need to run a stress test on the whole system to see where the runoff is.
Okay. Hey, just be careful.
Will do. I'll keep a close eye on it.
Sounds good. You sure you're okay? You sound terrible.
Yeah. It was Scott's birthday last night, so we were all up a little later than we should have been.
Alright. Let me know when you're finished running the test.
Right, so that party obviously went a bit longer than everyone expected, and it's caused a few headaches. He was late. This guy Darnell, who we were investigating for his husband, or for his wife, we sort of found out he had a bit of a hangover and he was late to work. So this is a server log. It says that he's just performing a basic stress test on the system, and there was a couple of errors down the line which seem to have alerted a electrical system or overheating. So it's not good. So obviously he's might have been still hungover from his from the party, and he's maybe done a couple of errors on the system check. I'm not sure. Just go out of here for a little bit more because I couldn't get access to my Mobiglass all the way for some reason. Maybe it's because there's too much stuff in here. Just go out of this room and we'll bring it back up and have a look. See what that says at the bottom. That's better. Not this. I think there's a journals tab, I think. There we go. So here we go, server log. So he's just running a basic system check, and then down the bottom here we get warning power, system overheating, power system offline, alert decompression detected. So there was a decompression that happened because of the system check he was doing. System failure, system failure. So I wonder what's caused that. I'll have to keep investigating here, see what else we can discover. So we do have that access code to that room now. So we're back in the main sleeping quarters level. And we do have the access code to that room, which has been reset now. So we'll have to go and have a look at that and check that out. Not sure which room it is though. Is it this room here? No, not this one. No, no. Right, let's go over to the next one. So this is Mel's quarters here, who reset a security code to try and hide something. So let's see what we get in here. Oh, it's pretty dark in here. Oh, there's a bottle of Esquire there. Alright, let's press this button and have a listen.
Hey, wanted to let you know that I got the ops guy's passcode last night. Took a whole damn bottle of Esquire to do it. Talk about being able to hold your liquor. I set the routine to bypass the monitoring protocols at 1400. The crates should go through, no problem. Just be ready at the drop, alright? By the way, had to change over the security stuff. Codes attached.
Alright, well, this Mel character has obviously done something to the system that Darnell wasn't expecting, and so when he went and run his normal security routine, it's caused a massive system failure. So it wasn't Darnell after all that caused this accident. It was this Mel character who was trying to smuggle some contraband through security without getting it checked. So it looks like we have cleared this woman's husband, and we'll be able to let her rest easy now that she'll have all the proof she needs to let Covalex pay her the insurance claim. So it's a job well done here. We've done had on our best gumshoe shoes, I guess, and our monocle, and we didn't have any Professor Watson assisting us this time, but we've done very well by ourselves. So now we're just going to exit the station. And is this the right way? I think so. So to submit the evidence, all we've basically got to do is go back into the mission tab, select accepted, and then submit on the screen there. There's a little button down there on the bottom right to submit.
I wanted to let you know that I got the information you sent, and if what you found is true, I owe you a very big thank you, and Covalex owes me and my husband an apology. Thank you again. I'm uploading your payment to your account now.
Alright, so it looks like we've cleared this woman's husband of any wrongdoing, and Kovalex are going to need to pay her now, so this is a job well done, and we've collected all the information we could to clear this woman's husband. So now this, just going to fly back to our ship and hop inside. So this is basically the end of the investigation. So there is going to be other investigations that they will write for the game. This is just basically the first implementation of it. So I'm just going to end the video here, and I'd just like to thank you guys for watching. And if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. If you'd like to leave any comments in the box down below, you'd like to know anything, then I'll be happy to write some responses. I've got another video in the works at the moment for another profession, and yeah, I'll see you guys out in the verse next time.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft. Your systems are online.